be united and have your own identity as a region. Na msiambiwe na watu ati ni mambo ya Kenya, ati ni ukabila, oh we want all Kenyans to be united. You know, when I have listened to the president, when he's talking about Kenya being united, what he means is Kenya being united behind him. That is what he means. Hii akiongea ati mambo ya Kenya kuungana, what he means is behind him. Kenya is not at war with anybody. All communities are working together. The people of Mlembe and others, we are friends. There is nothing to unite us. It's you to unite as a region so that you go and engage other regions who are also equally united. So, kibarua iko kwenu, my friend from the people.
As you speak, do you think that the mountain is one? Because most of the political analysts have said that the mountain is divided.
Most of those analysts are not from that region. They don't understand that region. That region learned bitter lessons in the year 1992 and 1997, when, out of lack of experience, we fell into the machinations of President Moi and divided the region, some people behind Kibaki and others behind Matiba, and we lost. Since the year 2002, we have remained united all the time, and that is why we are always in government, and that is why we are going to be the next government. The mountain is one. In fact, we have even now, the Kamba people have come in as Mount Kenya South. The mountain is getting larger. Na ndio nataka hata nyinyi watu ya Mlima Elgon pia tuungane. You know, tutukue watu moja so that we can make progress. You know, so those are people who are wishing that the mountain is divided so that they can manipulate us politically. I can assure you they will be sorry, they will be ashamed. The mountain will vote in one basket. To a man, 99% they'll vote in one basket. Hiyo ingine ati kugawanya, you can divide leaders. Those leaders ambaye wanatumika na rais kugawanya watu ya mlima, none of them can go home for Christmas. That tells you. Viongozi wako, they are divided, some are in Mombasa, some are in Eldoret, others in Nairobi. None of them can go to the mountain because the mountain itself is solid. And it has said those are traitors to the community. They cannot go home because they are being used by the president to divide the community. And the community has refused. I want to ask the people of Western to have unity of purpose, to be one as Western region. The 4 counties, plus your diaspora in Nairobi and Mombasa, talk as one. Put together 5 million votes and agree to come out on the voting day. And I can assure you, if you do that, you will be in government for eternity. You will never be out of government. But if you continue being divided and you continue dealing with national matters through proxy, through a third party, where will you go as a region? And don't you have competent sons and daughters who can lead this region? Why do you need a third party to lead your community? You can just come directly to the national table as the Luya nation and bargain and negotiate your stake in whatever government that will be formed directly without going through a third party.
There is a question about impeachment. Considering the laws that the impeachment are trapped, and you are the leader of the mountain, there is likely that you might not be eligible for political public office for another 10 years. Are you considering appointing any other person to push your agenda, political agenda on the table, or you are going to challenge that in court?
I think let's cross the bridge when we reach there. The matter is in court and is ongoing. And irrespective of the outcome, I'm a leader in this country. And I have my own following, which has not been affected by the impeachment. The people of Kenya never impeached me. It's just a few MPs who are given money, senators. That is it. But I still have a large following. I have people who depend on me for political leadership. And there are many Kenyans who can lead. I don't have to be in office. Okay? There are many Kenyans, and I'm not a selfish person. I am somebody who is open-minded. What we want is the best for this country. And we have many leaders, including the ones from Western Kenya, who can lead this country. You know, and we cannot, I don't want to say what will happen in court. We have a court case, and we think the court will give us justice that is favorable to us. But it doesn't matter whatever it is that we are talking to the people, and the people are listening to us. And they are not listening to me because I am in office. I'm not in office. They are listening to me because I have something to offer, you know. And if I was as useless as the ones we Impeached us wanted us to be, they will not be following me all over and disrupting my meetings. If you look at newspapers and the social media, all the government people, they just talk about me every day, much more than they were even talking when I was in office, which means I have something to offer, and I have some significant contribution to make to the politics of this country. So we'll continue engaging. Yeah. You know, we have a desperate regime that has lost favor with the people of Kenya. Desperate people do desperate things. A police officer threw tear gas at us. The meeting went on, and the people were dealt with by Wananchi. You know, Wananchi are protecting our meetings. Our Wananchi will not allow that kind of nonsense anywhere. So the meeting still went on. Nothing stopped the meeting. These are just desperate people. They have nothing to offer the people of Kenya. There are so many questions, abductions, they cannot answer. Cost of living, they cannot answer. Poor economic management, they cannot answer. They are left to desperate acts of trying to stop our meetings. In fact, those acts of trying to stop our meetings make the people more agitated by the government, and they become very rebellious. So to us, it's neither here nor there. It's just an act of desperation by a regime that has lost credibility, that has lost legitimacy, that has lost the goodwill of the people of Kenya. And when people are desperate, they are allowed to do desperate things.
Excellency, there are those who say that the attacks are planned by the people so that we can put sympathy.
Do you want to believe that kind of thing? Do you want to believe anything this government is saying? They say there are no abductions. President said more than 5 times there are no abductions. He seems to have changed his mind and said he is going to stop the abduction. So if he is going to stop the abductions, who was doing them? Do you believe anything these people say? These people will say anything. They are not believable anymore. People are tired of lies, you know, and everything is there. It's on video. People can see what was happening. A fellow was arrested last night. The Inspector General of Police ordered that he be released unconditionally because they were behind it, and he's a police officer. But those are desperate acts. They change nothing. They just pick the people more a burden.
Based on that, you have been claiming that is after your life.
Who else do you think will be after my life? The answer is you all know the answer. I did not add anything more.
On matters of action, you had said that
Yes. Yes. I said they need to dismantle that unit. I didn't want to name the building because there are people there doing businesses, and you'll be putting that building and the people in that building into danger. I'm giving the government time to dismantle that unit on the 21st floor of that particular building. I said the officer is called Abel. He is a cousin to somebody very senior in this administration. The cousin now knows that we know him. So I have a feeling, I'm not sure, that the decision by the president to admit that the abductions and he'll stop them are quite informed by what I said, because we are getting nearer to the truth. So, but since the president spoke now, it's almost 64 hours. The people have not been released. We would like these young people to spend the new year with their families. So Mr. President, you said utakomesha, lakini hawa watoto bado hufika nyumbani. Order their release from wherever they are. Waende nyumbani, wakae na wazazi wao, washerekee mwaka mpya. You know, the parents are in anguish, they are in agony. Kusema utakomesha is not enough. You need to actually do it by having those young people released. And as I said, it doesn't matter how many people you abduct, it doesn't matter how many meetings you disrupt, unless the president deal with the issues that have made the people of Kenya very angry, he's wasting his time. Even if you abduct the whole country, as long as those issues are outstanding, and they have everything to do with poor economic management, theft of public funds, corruption, state capture, and lack of respect for the people of Kenya. Hii kutukana watu wa Kenya, kusema wako na mapepo, calling them stupid, those are the issues that you have to deal with. Even if you abduct young people, it will not solve any problem. It will not.
Maybe your excellency, I was in a city, maybe I have a question, I talked about abduction, and you see, not only many people who are lost confidence in this regime, that you have info, and you try to put it here, now that no one believes this guy. There is a president saying, tell the parents, I'm going to stop abductions, but take responsibility for your children. Do you believe it's going to stop?
So the president is speaking from both sides of the mouth. He needs to just address abductions. That is what is the work of government. How people bring up their children, I think the president leave parents to take care of their children the way they know. We don't want too much government into people's lives. The president even wants to tell parents how to bring up their children. I mean, surely, you know, it's lack of respect for the people of Kenya. Nikosea watu heshima. Unataka kuniambia vile mimi nitalea mtoto yangu? Rais tumekuchagua utengeneze uchumi, sio kutuambia vile tutalea watoto. These children have no problem. They are just pointing out the ills in society. And let me ask the young people, let me take this opportunity when I'm here in Kakamega County to tell our children, the Gen Zs, the millennials, what you are doing is very good on social media. But it's not enough. These young people, because they have shown patriotism and commitment to liberate our country through the power of the online space, I want to plead with them to go a step further, to take IDs and register as voters. This young generation will sort out the political problems of this country once and for all in 2027. I want to appeal to them wherever they are, that they are doing a good job. But to complete what they are doing and to make it meaningful, we need regime change. And that will come through the ballot. Much as they are doing a very good job on social media, on the X space, much as they are doing very good on TikTok, that is only a certain percentage. But the real job to liberate this country and bring good governance will take place in August 2027. And the young people, who are the majority, have a huge responsibility to sort out this country for us and for themselves, because they are the future of this country. They must register as voters, they must take IDs, and they must leave their homes by 3 a.m. on election day and queue and sort out this country once and for all. That is my New Year message to our young people. That is my plea to them, that we are very happy with what they are doing. They are very courageous, they are very patriotic, but that is not enough. They must go a step further. They must register as voters, and they must come out and join the rest of Kenyans to put a good government into office in 2027. I think you have the answer. If you listen to the people of Kenya, it's an answer I don't need to tell you. You can hear what everybody is saying. Everybody is disappointed that all the promises that were given have turned out to be lies. And bad as it is to lie on those promises, we continue lying to the people more and more. You have seen the things that are going on in the health sector. You have seen the housing program. That housing program has nothing to do with houses for the people of Kenya. It's about business. Very senior people in government have shares in a company that is manufacturing cement, steel, and iron sheets. And that is why the government wants this housing program to go on. That is why there is a housing levy to get enough money so that the people in the housing department, they force the contractor to sign a subcontract for the supply of cement, steel, and iron sheets with a company where very senior people in this government have shares. That is why if you look at clinker was being imported and cement was retailing at 600 shillings. Because of conflict of interest, senior officials in this administration have shares in a company that is manufacturing clinker. And therefore, they stopped the importation of clinker and said clinker will be manufactured here locally. As a result, the price of cement shot from 600 to 900. That 300 shillings, people in government are having a part of it. So you find decisions are being made, not in the national interest, not in the interest of the country, but because of business interests by people in government. And that is where the housing program is being forced down the throats of Kenya. People are saying we don't want, we can put our own houses. The work of government is not to build houses, it's to give services, water, electricity, sewage, roads, security, good business environment. The work of putting up houses is for the private sector. But because of vested interest in the building sector, where people have acquired shares in companies that sell cement, steel, and mabati, the government forces the people of Kenya to give money for that program to continue so that they can continue enriching themselves by doing business in those items that are being used in the housing program.
No, I wish to know whether it is touching when former President the current President Ruto buying house, and as a result, the allies of the former President have been brought into government. Does it disturb you?
Why would I? Yeah. Why would it disturb me? Since those people came into government, has the prices of unga gone down? Have abduction stopped? Nothing. I'm not disturbed. I'm not even bothered. It's not even. It's a non-issue as far as I'm concerned. And change of ministers in this government is musical chairs. And I said when I had an interview with NTV, it's pointless. The president makes all the decisions himself. So even if you keep on changing ministers, you bring so and so, you move. It's a game of musical chairs. It has no impact into the overall management of the affairs of this country because all the decisions are made by the president. So it doesn't. It matters less who is minister and who is not.
Does that mean that also you are for the special president? Because he also has, his own share.
Well, I have not heard President Uhuru Kenyatta says he's interested in leading this country. He's retired. So I don't know how would be overlooking him because he's a retired president. We have not seen him participate in politics. So I don't know how his meeting with President William Ruto would affect leadership or politics in this country. He's a retired president. And as far as I am concerned, a meeting between two leaders is as good. There's nothing wrong with it.
What is the relationship prior to this former president after he was elected? We recited who is in to raise this fund.
I have asked you whether you want to believe anything that has been said by this government. I don't want to dignify such ridiculous accusations by way of an answer. Uhuru is our son, and he's our leader back at home, and we respect him for the work he has done for this country, and we continue respecting him.